Hello everyone, this is Major Green, also known as Nitpicking Nerd, and a few months ago I made a video about a theory regarding Star Trek Discovery. I said that maybe Michael is the same character that we saw in Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. So I said that might be interesting. It would be like putting a retroactive cameo of Michael into that movie to tie it with the old continuity. That might be fun, I think. I don't think they would actually do it, by the way. It's just a theory just for fun. I think the USS Discovery has to be destroyed in the end of the series. It cannot continue to exist. It violates continuity just by existing. No one else ever used the Spore drive or mentioned it. So I think the Spore drive has to be abolished by the end of the show. Maybe they'll do it by saying that it causes some kind of damage. Maybe it causes genetic damage to all the people who use it. Just like what was mentioned about another form of teleportation, which they used in one episode. I think it was called the High Ground. They established that the Federation used to do research about long-range transporters, but because they were causing damage to your tissues, they were causing genetic damage. And that's one of the reasons it got abolished. It was unreliable. And so maybe they can use that excuse to explain how come no one else ever used the Spore drive, if it causes damage to the people who use it, or maybe to the fabric of space-time itself. Maybe it can cause subspace tears, stuff like that. So they have to come up with some kind of excuse like that to explain how come no one else ever used it, and probably they will destroy the USS Discovery. And also I think it would be nice if Michael becomes captain in the very end of the show. So maybe she is given captainship of the USS Saratoga, which would neatly tie it to Star Trek 4, in which we see the same kind of character, and that character was never named. So that's kind of like a vacant spot, so we can put anyone's backstory into that character. And so I think that might be cool to make it into Michael. Also, the same actress who played that captain of the Saratoga also played Geordi LaForge's mother on Star Trek TNG. Now, obviously, that cannot be the same character because that was 80 years later, so that would make no sense. But maybe we can say that was the daughter of that character, or the granddaughter even. So let's add another dimension to that theory. So maybe we can actually use that to explain why Geordi LaForge was born blind, which seems to be something rare in Star Trek because they seem to be able to fix any defect. So let's say it was actually Michael in Star Trek 4. She got that command after spending a few years on the USS Discovery, which did a lot of spore jumps. So what if those jumps did some damage to her DNA, causing some defect in some genes, and maybe she passed that down to her daughter or granddaughter, who was the mother of Geordi LaForge, and maybe that's why he was born blind. So that would tie it nicely together with Star Trek TNG, because it was never actually explained why he was born blind. It seems to be kind of rare. They said that they can genetically fix stuff like that, and yet his problem was apparently undetectable when he was a fetus. So I think by tying it all together, that might make it very interesting actually. So Michael got some genetic damage from the Spore drive. Then she became captain of the Saratoga, and so her offspring was the mother of Geordi LaForge, and maybe that's why he was born blind. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoy these types of videos, and I'll probably make a few more, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.